Did you guys hear about the leak with the Nintendo DS allegedly coming to Nintendo Switch Online? A patent discovery of a lifetime by Mike Odyssey here says breaking news. The following patent shows how Nintendo will manage the dual screen situation on the Switch 2. You will have three options. One, dual screen, parent screen, child screen. Two, single screen mode, picture in picture. And three, switch mode, switching between screens. There you go. Thank you for properly crediting the discovery. So here we have, the artist renditions. These are always classic. These are great. But the first image, second image, switch between the two. And this is something that, this is nothing new. People, including myself, postulated this was a possibility when the USB-C was discovered to be on the top of the Switch 2. People were like, oh, there's USB-C at the bottom for charging and on top for a second screen. So you could have, theoretically, the Nintendo DS back catalog connected to the Switch 2. But something I didn't really think of has been already allegedly showed off here. This Kenmo says, this is cool at all, but they really need to give us this option. I'm like, bro, this is amazing. When I first saw this, I was like, holy shit. This is it. This is what they need to do. Oh, Pokemon, by the way. Legit, right? Like, at this point, and that's, by the way, the original Switch. That's not even the Switch 2. So the Switch is able to do it. Nintendo just never did it. Nintendo is one of the few companies on planet Earth that I can think of has so many options to print money just in the back room that they just never use. It's like, yeah, we could make infinite money from this, but nah, we're just not going to do that. Imagine being a company like that, where you could just do this kind of stuff and they just don't. They literally gave us this. Why wouldn't they give you something actually more useful, like the DS POV handler? Right? Think about that for a second. If they went to the point of making a Virtual Boy adapter for it, why can't they sell that? And this is from Reddit. It says, rumor. Nintendo patent may point to Nintendo DS content coming to Switch 2. And it's a story from Go Nintendo. Said, allow me to predict the future. It will happen or it will not. I will absolutely buy a vertical Joy-Con grip attachment if they had DS emulation. I probably would too, to be honest. I probably would too. Which is crazy because I have, I think, three 3DSs, two DSs, one of those mini DSs. I have so many of them and so many games on them. But the convenience of just one console and having them there, it would be very tempting. From Go Nintendo, it says, rumor, Nintendo patents may point to Nintendo DS content coming to Switch 2. Touching is good. Whoa, pause, Nintendo. Nintendo's bringing the Virtual Boy to their Nintendo Classics lineup on Switch 2 for the Switch Online Expansion Pack members, complete with physical accessory, which is one of the crazier things Nintendo has done in recent memory. I would agree, by the way. I would say that the Virtual Boy add-on is on the level of Nintendo zaniness that could only be matched by Nintendo Labo, where I'm like, what the hell were they thinking? Why would they do this? They did it. And honestly, I would think the Virtual Boy thing should have come out before that. But hey, at least it's going to be here. Which is one of the crazier things Nintendo's done in recent memory. This move makes a lot of other zany ideas seem much more likely, including something that just popped up today. While not confirmed in any way, shape, or form, A new patent from Nintendo certainly makes it look like the Big N is working to bring DS games to Switch, Switch 2 via another Nintendo Classics lineup. Via Mike Odyssey, we've seen Nintendo DS games on the Wii U via the Virtual Console, so that same content making its way to Switch, Switch 2 certainly could be possible. The patent in particular showcases different ways players could be able to play the dual screen games on the Switch/Switch 2. There are 3 different display options to choose from, including dual screen, parent-child screens, single screen mode, picture-in-picture, which, to be honest, it would be a pretty fucking small screen. I mean, the Switch 2 is a bigger screen, so maybe Nintendo wanted to wait for the Switch 2 before they did this and have it all on the single screen and put both screens combined on one screen. It'd be pretty small, but it'd probably be the most logical and doable for versatility and travel. And switch mode, switch between screens. All viable options, and players would be able to decide whichever option suits them best. Because there are certain games where you don't need one of the screens on DS games, or it just shows the map and stuff like that, or it's the menu where you can like touch stuff to add it into the game, where if you need to do that, you just press a select button and swap screens to do it and then swap back. So I could totally see that one being a viable option as well. As we always say when patents pop up, this doesn't mean Nintendo will actually see this project through to a public release. We'll certainly keep our toes crossed that it happens, though. We'll keep an eye out for more details on this patent and hopefully discover more evidence that this is going to become a reality. And again, all credit goes to Mike Odyssey for the discovery on this. I got to be honest, this makes sense. And I feel like Nintendo has had this ready for a very long time. The only thing is they put sales over a priority of just rushing stuff out there. And they like to gap things apart. And with the Virtual Boy adapter being announced, they want to give that time to breathe. So I wouldn't be surprised if this doesn't come to fruition for like another full year minimum. Like this might be one of those things that they kick way down the road. And then once the sales start to slow down on the Switch 2, they'll be like, and look what you can do with it now. And you can only do it with a Switch 2. The Switch 1 can't do this because reasons, even though it probably could. They would just limit it to the Switch 2. Mike Odyssey says, Andre's restart kind of makes me think Nintendo could adapt the 3DS OOT model with this tech, or at least make this dual screen feature optional. Travis says, I'll tell you straight up, I don't believe it till I see it with my own eyes. That's very fair. When I found the Virtual Boy one, I was super skeptical too, and just mentioned it in a playful way until Nintendo hit me on the head with the announcement, which, to be fair, I would have thought the same thing. And because the Virtual Boy came to fruition, I'd say if that one happened, this is definitely going to happen. It's not a matter of if, but when. Not gonna lie, it wouldn't work at all. Yes, it would. Dude, literally, I love comments that just say it wouldn't work at all. Dude, here's someone literally showcasing it in action on a clearly jailbroken Nintendo Switch original. And they already created the entire adapter for it already. Those are pretty cool Joy-Cons that light up, by the way, too. And if they do, they should release games separately, especially on physical. They wouldn't. They would never do that. What would be, by the way, amazing? They would never do this. The old Nintendo would. If they released an adapter that plugged into the cartridge slot and then stuck out, and you could stick in your DS or 3DS games into that adapter and play your already purchased ones, then I would be over the moon. I'd be like, holy shit, this is actually something that means something to me. The reason why I don't think Nintendo would do that is because technology actually works against us right now. Because Nintendo can make money off of not doing that. If they provided that accessory, they're not going to sell any more DS games. They're not going to sell any more 3DS games. They already moved on from that. So all they would be doing is benefiting people that already bought their products and limiting people from buying into their online service now. So Nintendo of yesteryear without technology would do a Super Game Boy adapter, would do the adapters on these things to let you insert different carts and different things. They've literally had attachments in the back of their controller for just the thing on the N64. But nowadays, again, with technology, it kind of works against the customer because Nintendo's like, why would we give you something where you can use the games you already purchased from us when if we don't do that, we can charge you a monthly fee and just drip the money away from you instead of that. But I'd love to be proven wrong. The direction Nintendo's been going has been extremely greedy, though. Doug Bowser stepped down. This new chick, I do not trust at all in the position, but you never know. We'll see what they do. Nintendo of yesteryear would definitely come out with an adapter for it. Nintendo now, I would definitely not hold my breath. But we'll see. None of this is even confirmed anyways, but I have a feeling it's going to happen. Just a matter of when. But I will leave that one right there.